So the terms head injury and traumatic brain injury, as I told, it is more or less synonymous, used interchangeably, but important to identify the differences between them. So when we talk about head injury, a patient who has sustained any form of trauma to the head, regardless of whether they have any symptoms of neurological damage. So a small scalp injury, bleeding from the scalp, or small minor injury, that also falls under the category of head injury. Then traumatic brain injury, evidence of damage to the brain as a result from trauma to the head, representing with a reduced Glasgow Coma scale or a presence of any focal neurological deficit. So traumatic brain injury also it's because of the extensive evidence of damage to the brain as a result from trauma to the head. And we can see a clinical presentation that patients are admitted with reduced Glasgow Coma scale or even with some focal, means some kind of changes in the neurological system, maybe confusion, maybe loss of consciousness, maybe paralysis or hemiparesis. So those are called as focal neurological deficit. So head injury is classified as per the Glasgow Coma scale into 4 varied classification: minimal, mild, moderate, severe, right? So mild head injury or mild traumatic brain injury is also known as concussion. Remember that concussion is a mild head injury or traumatic brain injury. So how we can classify the patient of head injury as per the GCS scale? So minimum is minimum with no loss of consciousness. Patient might be having a small scalp injury, as I told, or maybe small cut in the scalp. So there will be no focal deficit. Patient's GCS score is 15 out of 15. There is no loss of consciousness. Mild, it ranges from 13 to 15. Moderate, it ranges from 9 to 12. And severe category, it ranges from 3 to 8. So classification of head injury based on the Glasgow Coma scale. Got it? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, so this is one type of classification based on the Glasgow Coma scale. So you can start writing like head injury based on the classification of GCS scale. It is categorized as minimal, mild, moderate, and severe. Minimal, mild, moderate, and severe. So when we talk about head injuries, also can be described by any resulting pathology that is associated with any kind of lacerations or bruising, or maybe the fractures. It may be the linear, depressed, facial fracture in the basal skull fracture, or hemorrhage outside the brain. It consists of, it may be extradural hematoma, subdural hematoma, or subarachnoid hemorrhage. Means these are the spaces where there is bleeding, in the extradural space, in the subdural space, or maybe in the subarachnoid space. Hemorrhage within the brain tissue, this is hemorrhage outside the brain tissue. It is divided into 4 categories: extradural, subdural, subarachnoid. Hemorrhage in within the brain tissue. If we say hemorrhage within the brain tissue, it is the contusion, intercerebral hemorrhage, that is ICH, or DAI, that is diffuse axonal injury. Is it clear? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can you
Yeah.
explain one for
Okay. Okay. So see, basically classification, if you start writing classification of head injury based on the GCS. Yes, is it clear? It is minimal, mild, moderate, severe. So minimal, patient has no problem with the consciousness level, minimal 15 by 15, mild 13 to 15, moderate 9 to 12, and severe is 3 to 8. So if below 3, that means already the patient has a brain death. No choice. Then in case of pathophysiology, how the classification is associated with the pathophysiology? It is associated with head injuries such as like laceration or bruising, superficial laceration or bruising, or maybe fracture, or maybe in case of hemorrhage. Now, in case when we categorize the patient, if it is related with the fracture, it may be the linear fracture, depressed fracture, facial fracture. There might be fracture over the, jaw, or maybe some facial bones are fractured, or maybe having basal skull fracture. If it is related with the brain tissue injury, the hemorrhagic like head injury, if the hemorrhage is outside the brain tissue, it we categorize as a extradural hemorrhage, subdural hemorrhage, or subarachnoid hemorrhage. The bleeding occurs in that particular space, in the extradural space, subdural space, or subarachnoid space, right? Subdural, we say it is SDH, subdural hemorrhage, hematoma, or SAH, subarachnoid hemorrhage or hematoma. Hemorrhage within the brain tissue, it is divided into three. One, it is called contusion or intracerebral hemorrhage, that is ICH, or maybe diffuse axonal injury, that is DAI. Clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this classification is very, very important. So classification depending on the GCS scale, and classification depending on the pathophysiology or pathological changes. Clear? Next is